sitting here with my daughter Calista, and we want to put out some facts about some of the lies that are going around about the Cumberland County GOP. As you know, I'm the secretary for the Cumberland County GOP, so I have an intimate knowledge about what's going on and what has been going on for the last 2 years, and even some things that have been going on in the previous administration. So, and not only that, but I mean, I've got the books, I got everything right here.
Yeah, as the secretary, you have access to all the deets, right?
I've got access to it all.
So, there's been clips. I'm going to say the names. Are we ready to say names?
Yeah,
right?
I think
okay.
we're ready to say names.
So, I've watched something from a guy named Antoine Miner, and he said my dad's name. Yeah. He said Nina's name. Has he said your name? I think he has said your name.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I don't know him. Do you know him?
No, I don't really know him. I know of him. I've seen him.
No, but have you met him?
I don't know him.
Have you actually?
I have actually met him.
How many times?
I've seen him at a few meetings and maybe some what do you call them?
Any intimate conversations?
No.
Has he been to the CCGOP?
Never been to the CCGOP, not this current one.
So Antoine Miner, who is claiming like he knows intimate details of this board, is not on the board, has never been on the board, and he has never been to, as far as you know, to even the headquarters itself.
No.
So how does he know what he knows? Like, why is he speaking as an authority on this issue? I'm just confused at why he even thinks his voice matters, other than as a constituent, which we all have that voice, but he's speaking to constituents as an expert of some kind, and he has no knowledge.
No knowledge at all. No personal knowledge himself. And that's one of the things that we're going to address.
Right. So if you're talking about the CCGOP and you've never been to the headquarters, you don't know.
You've never had conversations with any of the board members.
Did he volunteer for the CCGOP?
Never volunteered with us.
Okay. So he wasn't a poll watcher or a poll observer. He
Nope.
wasn't. Okay. So he's just talking out of his boot.
And we'll also correct the assertion that he's made that we kicked him off of the board or something. We kicked him, off of out of his position as a precinct chair. Because I got the facts on that as well. Yeah. But okay. So where then is he getting all of this information?
Well, he
sounds like he's got all the intimate details and the proof.
He has connections through Peter Pappas, Laura Musler, and Bree Eldridge, and who's that other lady?
Is it Heather?
Heather Holmes, right?
Heather Holmes.
So these people are feeding him
and Shamika
information. And okay, so then we have this group of five. How do they know about the intimate details of the executive board?
Right.
So Bree Eldridge was the chair for the CCGOP and the last board. But she stepped down, right? Like immediately when Nina won.
Well, what had happened was she remained on the board as a immediate past chair.
Okay.
So she was actually a member of the executive board as the immediate past chair, but
how long?
She resigned.
How long?
I think, and then we didn't hear from her for like 8 months or so, and then she's like, "You guys are not sending me anything. You guys are not, but we thought she moved. She didn't contact us. Nothing.
How do you know she resigned then? Did she just
she wrote an email?
Okay, so she officially resigned.
She officially resigned
from the board. Meanwhile, she's acting like she has intimate knowledge of the current board when she is the immediate past chair, but she gave up her seat.
Right.
Okay, so she doesn't know.
The only time she really started coming to the meetings was after we got our headquarters on East Russell Street,
which she didn't want.
Right, she didn't want that.
Okay.
No, she didn't agree with that.
Okay. Okay, so about Laura Musler, she was on the board.
Laura Musler had gotten on the board later. Okay. So Laura Musler got on the board later. She was voted on the same time that Dwayne Waterford was voted on.
So she wasn't on the original slate, but she did end up on the board. Right. And how long was she on the board?
I think she got on like December. I have to look at the minutes. It was either September or December that she was voted on, and then she was voted off July 9th.
Okay. Why was she voted off?
because she had major integrity issues. Major
That's not
integrity
shocking,
issues,
Mom.
which is an entire story
Okay.
of its own.
So I think that's where we should start. So
actually, I think we should start with the Republican.
That's where it starts,
Yes,
though.
that is where it starts.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that the removal of the removal of Laura Musler from the executive board starts with Bree Eldridge as the immediate past chair. She steps down. Laura Musler is now on the board, and the two of them, along with a third, Peter Pappas, decide they're going to...
And Shamika, because Shamika has claimed that she was also a founding member.
I'll give her a little bit of... I'm going to leave her out of, just because the video we're going to show,
there's a whole nother story behind Shamika as well. So
yeah,
we can do that one another time.
This video specifically claims that Laura, Bree, and Peter
Yep.
are the founding members or the founders of the Republican Candidate Resource Center. Okay, so that's where I think we need to start. So Bree's gone off the board. We have Laura Musler now on the board, and the two of them and Peter Pappas start the Republican Candidate Resource Center. What heads up did you have?
We did not have a heads up. Now here's the thing. So from the time that we took over, that we were voted in as the executive board in 2023 at the convention, the Cumberland County Republican Convention in 2023, March 2nd, I think it was. We were voted in 2023, and there was a lot of hurt feelings because the slate that ran against us, which was handpicked by Bree Eldridge.
I'm Peter Pappas. I'm here, the Republican Candidate Resource.
So then that's on fast track. You might want to turn that down.
I got it, Mom.
Normal.
Go ahead.
So so they were hurt, but they never participated in anything that we did. All of the members, we didn't hear from them as far as them trying to contact us or them trying to work with us in any way. And yet they were so vocal about everything we did and how negative, how we were neglecting things, how we weren't getting things done.
But they weren't playing a role in helping.
They were not playing a role. They were from wherever they were watching us and just criticizing everything we did.
So it kind of felt like sour grapes for losing.
Oh, very much. Very much. So.
And wait, we know from the one of the videos that Peter made, it was said that Bree hand selected that slate.
Yes, she did.
So she picked that slate, and so she loses,
right?
And she quits the board as the immediate past chair, and she gives up that role.
They lost by a landslide, by the way. Go ahead.
And then they start criticizing you guys. So, but that's fine. I mean, you can be critical. That's whatever it is. But then they secretly started the Republican Candidate Resource Center. When I say secret, I mean, how much notice did you have that this Republican Candidate Resource Center was opening?
So here's what happened. So they sent an email to Nina, but Nina was not reading their emails because of the hostility between them, and they just kept. They were just constantly hostile to Nina. So they sent an email. She didn't even open it. So she didn't know.
How soon before they opened? Was it the day of, the day before, 5 days, 10 days?
So we get it. Nina gets a phone call from, what's his name? Paul Wolverton.
Okay.
And he says, so were you aware of the opening of the Republican Candidate Resource Center? And she's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. And he says, so you don't know about this new center that's opening up on Owen Drive? And, so he starts telling her, and she's like, I have no idea.
But wait, so Nina didn't open an email, but she had spoken to Laura Musler in person.
Not about that, no.
No, but she was there
on
were
our
plenty
board.
of opportunities for her to speak to Nina and invite her, right?
Laura was on our board.
Okay.
She was on the board at the time and never told us. She never told us.
So Dad's saying in the first email that they got was 24 hours notice.
Yeah, it was a 24-hour notice.
So the first time Laura, could have.
Maybe a 48, I'm not sure, but
It was, okay, so
I'll say.
the email was sent within 48 to 24 hours.
Yeah, because Nina went back and checked.
Laura was on the board and had every opportunity to let the board know.
Okay. She was meeting with us on a regular basis. She was our assistant treasurer.
So let me just.
Never told us.
I'm gonna pause the story here, and I'm gonna share my screen if I can figure out how to do this. I want everyone watching to see what the day of their soft opening, which wasn't
that June 22nd?
I don't know.
I think it was a Saturday, June 22nd.
Okay.
So are you sharing screen?
I'm not yet. So I'm going to share the screen, and what I want you to see is this. It was a live video, live streamed from the Republican Candidate Resource Center. In the video, you're going to see Laura Musler and Bree Eldridge. And she's going to make mention of Peter Pappas. These are the names that you're going to hear and see in this video. And what I like you to notice is how they refer to what the Candidate Resource Center's function is supposed to be, and what they're calling themselves. And then I'm going to show you two pictures, and we're gonna talk about that next.
Okay. Also, pay attention to when they say Nina couldn't be here.
Yeah, they invoke Nina. So let's let them see the video, and then we'll talk about it.
She can be here for the next one.
Yeah, it's
Nina didn't know.
Right, that's quite. Okay, how do we do this? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not experts at this thing, so we're really trying to.
Yeah, I know there's a way. Hold on, maybe I just saw it.
Share video. Share.
Where was it? It was on. Oh wait, let me just make this bigger. That's probably because it's small.
Okay.
It was here. Where'd it go?
All right.
Oh no.
We're looking into it. She's gonna try to figure that out. But if not, I will hold up this and show it on here.
I want to see it.
Keep looking at it, and if you don't find it, I'm just gonna do it right here.
Share screen. How do I do that? I don't want to create a poll
because they literally deleted it off of their website.
Yeah. It's amazing.
And there's a good reason. Because, well, can you guys see? You want me to just do this? Because
I set it up already. Where did it go?
I don't know how to do it.
Hold on.
We'll figure it out because we'll get better at it. We'll get better at it.
Okay, so go ahead.
So I'm just going to show it right here.
Hang on, let me make sure you can see. Okay.
Okay, wait.
Nope, it's not. My sound's not on.
Okay, let me
turn it on
again.
Start it over. Amateur.
Yeah, we're amateurs. We're just like a lot of people. It's okay. Okay, let's try it again. Ready?
Okay.
Is it sound on?
About this man right here, Peter Pappas. We own the whole space. But most of all, we couldn't do it without you guys. And the whole purpose of this is to support the CCGOP downtown so that we can have a second location so that we can get Republicans elected. So Nina wasn't able to be here today, but hopefully she'll be here for our grand opening. And we, like I said, we want to support all the candidates. Bree, go ahead, say something.
So this center, just so everybody knows, this is a resource for our Republican candidates to come and meet, to train, to recruit volunteers. They need to have meetings, they need to do Zoom meetings, and it's a resource for any candidate who needs to come here and use this space. Anytime they want to use it, we're going to open it to them.
That's right. Even after hours, too. It doesn't matter. We'll come down, we'll get you a key, do whatever we need to do. The whole purpose is to be here to support the candidates. And if I can get a round of applause for Peter, because we couldn't have done it without him.
Yay, Peter. Yay.
Lots of sugar. Come back again.
Okay.
Okay, so now let me make something very clear here. When you take a look at what is going on in the background there, how they have that place completely set up, it did not take a week for that to happen. Also, I know somebody who said that they knew about this opening a month ahead of time. Meanwhile, they're saying, well, they're telling people, it was only a week. It just kind of evolved. And Peter has said that.
Okay, wait a second.
It just evolved.
It evolved. So it evolved to the point where they were able to have signage
Signage.
Okay, they had signage made. That doesn't take a week. I know that takes longer. But let's talk about the signage.
No. Let me just say one more thing about this. Okay,
what is it?
When you listen to what she said, and she said this is a second location of the CCGOP.
That's why we need to show the signage.
This is a problem. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and show the signage. Can you?
I don't know if I can share the screen. I
may not be able to share the screen. Let me see. Okay, so you pull it.
I can pull it up.
You pull it up.
I can pull it up.
So
show them your logo. This is the Cumberland County GOP, Cumberland County Republican Party. This is the old logo for the Cumberland County GOP from 2021 to 2023.
This was during Bree's.
All right, let me show you. Hold on, hold that up because we need to make sure we can see. This is a printed picture, okay, from the book. This is how
an official logo. It's an official logo. And there's the other official logo. I mean, we have lots of documentation that have this logo.
Okay, so this is the wait, hold it up. This is the logo for the Republican Candidate Resource Center. Do they look familiar? This is their logo. This is our logo at the Cumberland County GOP. Is that confusing maybe to constituents who might not know the difference? And is it confusing maybe too when she specifically says it's a second location for the Cumberland County GOP? Does that sound confusing to you? If you were a constituent who was not a member of any of these clubs, you didn't know these people, but you're looking for the Republican Party, the official Republican Party, is it possible that you can mistake this
for the official logo?
For this?
So
this is the official Republican, this is their logo. I mean, do you see, this is ours and this is theirs. And so we've actually spoken to several people who went into that location, saw the logo outside the building, thought it was the official party, and made purchases. So this is where a big problem comes in, okay? If you say you are a Republican Candidate Resource Center and that you're a second location for the CCGOP and you have merchandise at your location,
and you're using the logo,
it sounds like
it looks legitimate.
It looks like you're giving donations to the Republican Party.
And a lot of people, because this was the most
election
important
finance fraud. So
this was the most important election of our lifetime.
This was during the election.
And a lot of people were activated and wanted to get involved.
So people were just showing up.
And they were looking for a place to go. We got at the headquarters on 210 East Russell Street, we had people coming in daily volunteering themselves and saying, I want to switch over my to Republican. I want to register myself, and how can I volunteer? And we were able to recruit. We went from 28. We started off with 32 precinct chairs out of 77 precincts. We inherited from Bree 32, but immediately after we took over, 3 of them resigned. They resigned because they didn't want to work with us. It was Bree, Peter Pappas, and Shamika Bethea. They all said, I want to quit. I'm resigning from my position as a precinct chair, which left us with 28. So we went through Nina, God bless her. She's a hardworking woman. No matter what they say, I don't care what they say. She has built the Republican Party from 28 precinct chairs to 63. 63? That's the purpose of the CCGOP, is to build up a base. And that and volunteers, a volunteer base of precinct chairs and poll observers, and she did it. Regardless of what you may hear, Nina worked herself. We all did, but Nina, under her leadership, we were able to do that. So people started coming to our location looking for merchandise and ways that they could volunteer for the campaign to get Trump elected and to get Republicans elected. And then we started hearing about people that were going over there.
And that's fine.
And
that would be
buying
totally
stuff.
fine.
So wait a
The
minute.
problem is that they did not articulate to the proper extent that they were separate. And more than that, they used our logo, which adds to
This
the
to me is
confusion.
fraud.
And to us, it's fraud.
That's fraud.
We believe it is. Now
That's fraud. I believe it's
so,
fraud
and they
because-
used their logo, and because they used the logo, you have an immediate past chair, you have a board member who was still active on the board. So
So that lends credibility
when
to what
Laura
she's
made
saying.
this video,
She
she
was a
was an
board member.
active board member. So when she says this is a second location, who's not going to believe a board member?
Exactly.
This is a problem.
This
This
is
is
a
a
big
serious problem. This is one of the biggest problems that I had. I'm not on the board. And I was just watching from the distance, and I'm thinking, but how can you know the difference? This seems like fraud. And there are a lot of laws that
Campaign
dictate
finance fraud.
how we can receive. As the CCGOP, you can't just take donations. You only can take a certain amount of money from each person. You have to
cash it.
document how much you receive. You have to write down their name, their address, and their job right, where they work. There's a lot of rules about how the Republican Party can accept donations, and they are taking donations. Where's the money?
So
where's it going? How does anybody know what this is when
Right.
you've made so many contradicting
So
statements?
this is the problem. So when they declared themselves to be the second location of the CCGOP, there was a lot of people that was watching, that saw what they did. They believed it. They went to the RCRC and they bought things because they were encouraging people online. If you go to their website, they were encouraging people to come get the merchandise. Come buy the merchandise because the money that you spend with us will go to the campaigns. It'll go to electing.
See, when people make donations to
They
the
think they're doing
CCGOP,
it.
you can actually, as a Republican in the community, you can come down to our office, and there are a lot of people making claims about fraud in finances at our board, and you can come down and look.
Yeah.
It's not private information,
Right.
but their information is private because it's a business.
It's
and
a
how do
business.
we know it's a business?
So we looked it up to see who in the world, what is this? Is this registered? Because this is a question that I had that I literally asked Laura just before anyway, I asked Laura specifically, what is this business? What is this a business? Is it a 50C1? Is it a 503? 50C13?
Yeah.
What are you guys? You're taking money. How are you paying taxes? Are you charging taxes? Are you giving receipts? Can you just share with me? Because everybody was upset that Nina and the board was like, these people are claiming to be the second location of the CCGOP, and they're confusing people, and people are going and spending their money there thinking that it's coming to us, and it's not. We didn't get one dime, not one dime of that. Now, if you're going to claim you're the second location of the Cumberland County GOP, and you're telling people to come spend their money there so we can go towards this election, and those people are spending that money there, is it coming to the CCGOP?
It never came
That's
to the CCGOP.
fraud. That's
Yeah.
fraud. So everybody out there, if you spent money at that Republican Candidate Resource Center, if you bought merchandise thinking that you were helping the Trump campaign,
You weren't helping Trump.
or any of the Republican Party campaign, you did not. And what we found was that Peter Pappas owns the business. He registered it with the Secretary of State. You can look it up yourself. He
We'll show you.
registered it with the Secretary of State, and it is a business. It's a business. So any money that they received or that he received, I would check. I mean, I know this to be a fact because Freddie said, I want to know where the money's going, because we're not, the CCGOP is not getting a dime. So where's the money going? So he spent money. He bought a hat there, and he watched where did they sign the receipt to, and the receipt said
Fayetteville Women's Club.
the Cumberland County Republican Women's Club, and Shamika Bethea is the president of the Cumberland County Republican Women's Club. So apparently they're meeting there, they're operating out of there, they've got some stuff set up in there, they're selling stuff, but they never disclosed where that money was going to, and anybody who didn't know better believed that it was going to the Republican Party.
Right.
And not a dime of it went to the Republican Party. Because a club, the Cumberland County Republican Women's Club, is not the Republican Party. It's a club. It's only a club. And if it went to the business, that's a business.
It goes to the owner.
It goes to the owner.
The owner was...
And whoever the stakeholders are in that. You know, which it's been stated that it was Bree and Laura Musler. Peter Pappas said that it was.
Tab? I have...
Your tablet?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay.
So I have some serious questions about the legalities and the finances of what is happening over there at the Cumberland County, at the Republican Candidate Resource Center. They're using our logo. They are not authorized to use that logo. We did not give them authorization, and they know it's our logo. But here's a funny thing that we just found out. Bree Eldridge said that it was her logo when she designed it. Well, we had a precinct meeting just a couple of weeks ago, and one of the gentlemen on there, Charles Bosworth, said that's my logo. He said, I designed that logo. He was on the board apparently at one time during when Jackie Taylor was the chair.
Oh, okay.
And they were all working on a new logo. And Bree had a hand in working on that logo.
But it was work product, right?
But it was, yeah.
It's
and they were working on the logo that they could use for the CCGOP. Because Jackie Taylor was on the board and
where's
Charles
your bag?
Bosworth was on the
Your bag.
What bag?
Your bag. It's printed on everything.
Oh yeah, it's printed on it's all over. It's throughout this. The minutes.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So this logo is
all the documentation.
We have
This is
merchandise.
they printed that up. It says Cumberland County Republican Party. It's all over all of the documentation.
Merchandise.
All the merchants. Oh, my bag.
That's what I'm saying. Where's your bag? Oh, I know where it is.
It's-
I get it.
So
Keep going on.
okay, so yeah, it's everywhere. I won this bag. I won it. For some reason, I won it somehow, and I carry
It
that around
belongs to
everywhere.
the GOP.
But Bree when they opened up the RCRC, they sent a letter to us, to the Cumberland County GOP, and were calling for a cease and desist that we were using their logo. So what I found out though from the last meeting that we had, precinct chair meeting, he said that I did that. He said he came up, they were working on the logo, and he said, I put that elephant in the middle. They had something else. We didn't like it. So he came and he found that elephant and he said, oh, let's try that. And they put that on there and that was it. Bree's trying to take credit for it, but he said, if you have any questions, let me know. Because I did that. He said, I got all the work on the computer. I did that. That was my elephant.
So how does this tie back into the problems that we're having with these three people? So we have Bree Eldridge, the immediate past chair. We have Laura Musler, the excommunicated chair, whatever she was.
That's a whole nother story. We'll get
and
into
then
that
we
in a
have Peter Pappas. How did Peter Pappas get involved in this? How are they connected?
Peter Pappas, I think he's just also sour grapes, disgruntled that he didn't. Wasn't he on that? Was he on that?
He was on the slate. He was on the losing slate.
Was he on?
Yes, he was.
slate?
He was. Now I remember. He was on the losing slate for that Shamika was putting together.
No, that was Bree.
that Bree was putting together.
Bree
yeah,
put that together.
He was on the losing slate. Now I remember. It's like, why would he be so? Where did his sour grapes? It's because he lost. Okay, well he's loses quite a bit. So
he hasn't won anything yet. He doesn't want to.
Right. Well, so the other thing that we're having is that they're lying about our board.
Yeah.
They're saying things about our board.
They're saying they're talking about
us having fraud.
Us having?
They keep saying there was $14,000 in the bank. I don't know what that's about.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. And you know what? If we go all over the place, this is our first video. We may come back and hone in on something specific, But right now we are just trying to get the word out that there is another side of the story.
Right.
And if your mama didn't tell you, she told me there's two sides to every story. And just
My
so
mama
you
told me
know,
that too.
so just so you know, we, we're just touching on. We may go specific on some things and really expound on some of the falsehoods that have been put out there. But at the moment, we want to just point out this group is the disgruntled group from the last slate,
The losing slate.
From the Cumberland County, from 2023. And apparently they were pretty hurt about it, but so I think that's how Peter got involved. He's like,
so then,
and he owns the business. Actually, I think his father owns the building.
No, his father
It's
does.
the old
It's his old
Baldino's.
office. If you want, he has the Carolina cabinet. So I heard him talking about how that kind of came together, and it was Leonard Bryant kept showing up at his office and using his office or something, and it just one thing turned into another. But one thing was funny because I was actually watching, to hear what the opposition likes to say about us. I was listening, and he said the CEO of the Fayetteville Chamber of Commerce on his show.
Oh, Matt Robinson.
Right.
Good man.
And he was on the show and he was doing an interview, and then he started talking about the Cumberland County, the RCRC, Republican Candidate Resource
Although
Center.
they're calling it the RC, the Resource Center.
Right, because
They dropped off Republican.
That's not
they're
a
just
shock.
going all
So
conservative.
then I was watching that, and he said, okay, so he asked a good question. The CEO of the Chamber of Commerce said, well, what kind of business is it? And Peter obfuscated and said, well, right now we're just kind of throwing things together. We're not sure. He said, is it like a 501c3 or is it a nonprofit? Is it a business? And he didn't say.
We're already
Because that is the number one question. And then he said immediately,
and you still don't know
he
what
says,
they are?
so you're not selling things then, because
yes.
that's kind of a big deal. When you are a 501c3, when you are a Republican organization, when you are a political group, there are rules. There's tax laws, there's campaign laws, there's club rules because when you're a federated club, you have rules you have to follow, and the Fayetteville Republican Women's Club is a federated club. And so there are rules you have to follow. And for me, I think one of the biggest deals with the Candidate Resource Center is that they are disingenuous to the public. They're taking in money that people don't know where they're making these donations to. They think they're sending this money to the Republican Party, and they're not.
Not a dime.
You're supporting Peter
Not a
Pappas.
dime. That's right.
That's who you're
And
supporting.
here's what I say: if you went and spent money there, thinking you were giving to the Republican Party and helping to elect Donald Trump,
You were not.
you were not.
No money.
Your
went to
money
help
didn't
Donald
go
Trump.
there.
Oh, Mom, can
If
I say
that's what
something?
you thought,
Wait, I have to
it didn't go to us.
Hold on. I forgot. This is a big deal. The day of their soft opening, the day of the soft opening, was it Bree?
It was Bree
Eldridge and Laura Musler came to the
headquarters.
The Republican Party, the CCGOP headquarters, and they took. What did they take, Mom?
Armloads of Trump signs.
Who bought those signs?
We did. The CCGOP paid for those signs.
And what did they do with them, Mom?
We hand them out for free.
Oh, so the CCGOP gives out free Trump signs.
Yes. That's where our money goes.
Okay.
For everybody asking.
So,
but
so we have, who was it that we were talking to? We don't have to say the name, but look at, who was it?
it was somebody that knows them. I'm not going to say.
Okay. She went in, oh yeah, I know who it was. Okay. So, she said, this unnamed person that I'm not going to name because she didn't give me permission to, but she went to the Candidate Resource Center and she wanted a Trump sign because she saw that they had that particular Trump sign, and it was during the soft opening. It was like during that time period, right when they started.
Shortly after they opened, yeah.
And they left with all of our Trump signs, by the way.
Well,
they left us a handful. We ran out fast.
Wait, here's what happened, right? So we get all these Trump signs in, and we tell people, come and get your free Trump signs. Come pick up your Trump signs. Okay, so they come to get their. Now, the morning of the soft open, the morning of, Bree and Laura come to the office and they start taking armloads
waddling
as
down the
many as they
stairs.
could get,
Yeah.
I guess, as many as they could carry. I don't know. And Nina comes out, and Nina goes, "What are you guys doing?" And Bree says, "Oh, well, we're picking up these signs because there's a lot of older people that can't come up the stairs, and because our headquarters, you have to go up a little flight of stairs. They can't get up the stairs, so we're gonna take Trump signs to them."
Right. That was the
day
of their soft opening.
Take a look. Go look at the videos, and you'll see where those Trump signs at.
So then the person that we're not going to name tells us that she goes in and they tell her, you can have any of the candidate signs for free. Leonard Bryan's, Peter Pappas, all of these people's signs. You can have those for free. But if you want a Trump sign, it's $20.
10. I think it was 10.
No, it was 20.
Was it 20?
It was 20.
Okay.
It was 20.
Eh,
So
because
they said they
had
purchased
to.
them.
That's right. They had to recover the cost of them.
They stole them from the GOP, where
Are
you
we
could have
talking
come
about
in
fraud?
and got them for free.
That's fraud.
I
If you bought a Trump sign there,
You could have got it for free from this actual CCGOP, but they took all of our signs, so we didn't have any more. That is, when she said that, I was just like, it's so unbelievable that it's just unbelievable.
it
But
is.
you guys, if you're watching this and you were there, you know.
And we
But
never
what you didn't know was the backstory.
didn't know the
You
backstory.
didn't know the backstory, and we're here to let you know.
I
the
encourage
backstory.
anybody who has been frauded, thinking that you gave to the Republican Party by purchasing any merchandise there. I suggest you complain. I would have, these people should be investigated.
They were
Need to be
selling
investigated.
things they
What-
got for free that were supposed to be given out for free, that were paid for with campaign finance money.
Now
They
for-
stole them
now-
and sold them.
Now, for the first time since they opened, I have finally heard in one of the videos, in one of the videos that Peter put out, that they, either he said it or Bree said it, that we are not part of the GOP and we never have been.
Well, we knew that, but
Well,
nobody
we
else knew that.
Yeah. Who else knew that?
Did-
Anybody
Should we show the
anything?
video of again where Laura Mussler said, because people might be not just showing up. Let me just show you that video again where she literally says,
This is a second location.
this is a second location. Let's just highlight that point one more
I
time.
know it's hard, guys. I know we're not professional. We're not that good at this stuff. This is a first for me. I've never really gone public like this before.
Okay, but you need to see Laura
But
Mussler.
I don't know how else to do it. We'll figure it out. We'll do better next time, okay? Be patient with us.
Oh, I
'Cause we're
forgot.
not.
That's not where you hit play because it's a screen record.
Go back.
I got it.
There you go. I'm so sorry. I wish we could. The sound is off.
Most of all, we couldn't do it without you guys, and the whole purpose of this is to support the CCGOP downtown so that we can have a second location, so that we can get Republicans elected. So, Nina was.
That's it. They said they are a second location and they are not. The Republican Party was not selling Trump signs. They were giving them away or taking donations, but they sold them. And they said, you can buy one so we can recoup the money. That is absolutely fraud. I'm
Fraud.
sorry, but it is. You can't take something that you get for free
Thank you,
from a
Karen.
campaign and then sell it and not tell anyone where you got it. Call yourself an official entity that you're not. Use the logo of said official organization and not have permission. It's fraud. And it's perpetrated on us, the community,
That's
because
right.
we are going around looking for places to be activated, looking for places to volunteer. And where do we go? We go where we don't know. These are just regular people that show up there. This is a indictment of Bree, of Laura, and Peter, and at the highest level, because they're the ones who knew what they were doing. And the people that volunteered there,
Yeah.
you volunteered for a business. They are a business.
Just so you know, you volunteered for a business.
A business. A business is okay.
He got free labor. That's what he got.
So a
Free
business,
labor.
the difference is a 501c3. Let me tell you how easy it is to start a 501c3. You can start one today for nothing. I don't think there's any cost to even start a 501c3. You have to like organize it. There might be, I think you have to like register with the tax IRS or something. It's a very simple process. It's not hard. They could have been a 501c3, but they didn't do that. They registered themselves as a business.
Yes.
Which is something that you
Jojo just pointed out. It says the real name of the person or the entity in the business is under assumed name as Peter Pappas, signed June 26th, 2024. The soft opening, I believe, was June 22nd. Yeah, I think it was June 22nd,
And it
2024.
says the Secretary of State shows the owner of the RCRC as Peter Pappas, established 7/11/24. So it was a
Right.
week. They
But
established the business, but they were already printing all their
But they,
stuff up.
they applied on
They just
June
applied
22nd.
on that day.
Yeah.
So they could say like, oh, we only started a week ahead. No, you did your paperwork a week ahead. But you actually printed your stuff up. This was all, you knew what you were doing.
They knew what they were
You
doing.
knew what you were
this
doing.
This did not just evolve into something and, well, what do you know?
It evolved into the CCGOP
Leonard
second
was
location.
kept coming up, and Leonard just kept, and I said,
Really?
you know what? Why don't we just? That sounds nice, but it's not true. Sounds nice.
This is the Republican. This is not their logo.
That belongs to the CCGOP. That's fraud.
That's fraud.
You're misrepresenting yourself. And as I have all of the paperwork
Oh,
of the CCGOP.
you wanna know what this is?
I've got all.
You know what this is? These are the minutes.
These are the minutes.
These are the minutes.
I've got all the minutes. I got the receipts.
of Bree's time.
Let me just jump out real quick since she has that out.
Oh, well, you know.
Because one of the things that's okay, I got it. One of the things that they're claiming in one of their videos, they were talking about how where are the minutes? Where are the meetings? They're not having any meetings. We're not having any meetings.
Where's your book, Mom?
In
Your
2024,
minutes.
we had 3. In 2023, we had
Once a quarter is normal, so 3, they
Right.
missed 1.
right. Well, the thing is that Bree had a XCOM meeting in January, and then we had in January 2023, and then what do you call it?
Wait, the year that you took over, you had 3?
Right.
But you didn't take
No,
over
we
till
had
March.
4 if you count hers.
That's
but-
what I'm saying. So
that's
there's
what I'm
still
saying.
4.
Right, according to
That's such tricks. What tricks did they play?
Yes.
So wait a second. Wait.
Wait,
Let
let
me. I have a question. I just want you to clarify. So they're claiming that the first year that Nina took over, there was only 3 meetings, but she only took over in March, which is the second quarter, and the first quarter there was a meeting, but it was held by the person who was in charge at the time. So there were actually 4 meetings the year of the.
in 2023.
So there were no missing meetings.
No, not in the first year. If you're counting the one that Bree had, but that's still the CCGOP board.
Yes, of course you would count that.
It doesn't
one.
have to be under. It's the CCGOP
It's 4 quarters.
board.
It doesn't
had
change.
4
Quarters is quarters.
that year, and then the second year, this past year, we had 3.
Okay.
Okay, I looked back in the minutes. Right there, I looked in the minutes. Opened up the folder, and I'm going back.
Bree's minutes.
Bree's minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Bree had 2 executive committee meetings.
I thought there were supposed to be 1 a quarter.
2
2.
in 2022.
What?
That's it. That's all the minutes I found.
How could she
unless
tell?
they
I thought we're
lost
not
the
doing
minutes.
it right, but she said she was doing it right.
Then she tried to have 4.
Oh, she did. Okay.
She tried to have 4 in 2023, but one of them she didn't make quorum, so it doesn't count.
Minor
She
choices.
could, yeah, she didn't make quorum, so that's 3. But even those 3, one of them, I'm looking, and it didn't look like she had quorum then either, but it didn't state it in the minutes.
So maybe
but when
2.
I
So
count
3 or
up,
2.
when I count it all up, how many people attended, it doesn't look like they met quorum then either. It's very possible they only had 2.
So let's go back to
So-
the claim. I want to.
Okay, wait. One more thing.
Uh-huh.
As far as the missing, where are the meetings?
Mhm.
I also went back to look at all of the minutes to see how many minutes were recorded and how many minutes they had.
They're supposed to have
Their
monthly executive board
Monthly
meetings.
executive board meetings. They're missing 10 meetings.
Where are the minutes, Mom?
I don't know. It's very strange. I did ask for them. I don't know where they're at.
So Bree wasn't holding meetings, or she just didn't record them.
Wait, I don't know.
That's not good.
Maybe she didn't make quorum. Maybe she couldn't get enough people to attend. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't getting out the emails. Maybe she didn't get enough excitement out. Maybe she just couldn't get people coordinated. I don't know what the failure was there.
Nina
but
was on
there
that
was
board,
a
wasn't
failure. Nina was on
Why
the board.
did-
And she
Why
remembers
Why did Nina run against her if she was on the board together?
because Nina did feel like she could do a better job. And she did. Because
I
we
agree.
inherited 32 precinct chairs. That's it. 32.
How
and
many-
3 of them quit.
How many
As soon as we took-
precincts are there?
There's 77.
So we had 28.
We had 28. We had 28 precinct chairs to
Here's a
work
question:
with.
How many poll observers did she have?
I don't know how many poll observers. I know I was one of them, and I was at large. So I don't. That's a good question. Not quite sure how to look that up. Probably have to go through the. What do you call it?
It should be at the Board of Elections.
Board of Elections.
Because they would have
to
records
find out.
of
Yeah,
how many.
they definitely have records.
Okay,
Yeah.
we should do
So
that. Yeah. we'll do that.
10 meetings are
Missing.
not.
Out of how many supposed to be? 12?
Well, there should be 24.
Okay, I see.
There should be 24.
For the 2 years that she was there.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
There should be 24.
Okay.
But no, 10 are missing.
So I want to go back again. They're bringing up that they left the CCGOP in good.
Oh, look, John Zimmerman says minor charges people to register a 501c3.
No, I think
Or
he's
he
saying
used
they're.
to.
No, I think he's saying that it's just minor charges, people.
Ah.
You clarify what you're saying there. I'm not sure. Are you talking about
I'm
minor,
thinking
or are
he's
you talking
saying
about
John
minor?
Minor charges people. I could be wrong.
Or Antoine Minor? Is it Antoine Minor?
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't
yeah.
know. Who's
John Minor.
You could clarify that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But so they're saying they left us in a financially a good place.
I will say this.
So I want to say they didn't want us to have our building, but we do have a building.
We do.
And it was very successful, right?
Very successful.
And
People
that-
know where we are.
And that had a
The
lot of
only thing, and that is a problem, I know, is that it's not.
no John Minor. Okay.
Yeah, it's not accessible to if you're
Wheelchair handicap.
Yeah, it's not handicap accessible.
That's important.
So that is a problem,
Yeah.
and I give you that is a problem. But regardless, we still have high traffic. Oh, you should have seen the traffic there.
Yeah.
We
I
had
was
so
there.
many people showing up there every day during the
early voting and
election.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. And and people were just volunteering like they wanted to help so bad. But only the CCGOP can sign somebody up. Only Nina can appoint someone to be a chair, precinct chair.
And you
She's
don't
the only-
automatically get it. You don't just say,
No.
I want to be, and then you
You
get
have to
it.
be vetted. And there was a couple of times where we actually put people in. They came and they said, I want to change my registration. They were independent or they were unaffiliated. And usually it had something to do with the last election, that they were really upset about the last election. And they said, I'm leaving the Republican Party. I don't see them doing anything. They're not doing anything. And they left. So they left. They came back for this election, and they wanted to help and they wanted to volunteer. So we signed them up, and then we would register them. So there were times when the registration didn't go through completely, and then when Bree and all of them would check it, and they'd say, you have two people in there that are unaffiliated. You're appointing people that are they're not even registered. They're registered, it just didn't go through yet.
Calm down. Calm down.
Relax.
Calm down,
Give it a
Karen.
minute.
Just relax.
Give
Okay.
it a minute.
So,
And then it did, and they're all clear.
okay, so then here's another thing they keep saying. What they also keep saying is that they bring up the fact that we didn't have, and I have something to say about this. So let me say something, but I'm going to bring it up and let you say it after I got something to say. Okay. They said we didn't have poll observers. Okay. On election, they don't really go into it. They say they didn't have poll watchers. That's what they said.
Oh, that's a big one.
So that's really starting to piss me off, because I was a poll watcher, okay? And I was there every single day. Let me just give you some facts. Most of North Carolina, and including Cumberland County, voted early, okay?
That's right.
Most of the election happened early voting at the 8 locations in Cumberland County.
Or was it 9?
I think it was 8. So I was there, and I saw every day I saw what was going on, and I was present from the morning until close every single day. All right. And so when they say that we weren't there, that offends me. Every day of early voting, I was there.
Yep.
And we had multiple people in every single location
Yes.
watching. There
Poll
was
observers.
not
Nina
a
had it
location
covered.
that was not covered every single day. And when
Nina
I
did
watched,
a great
when
job.
I saw Simone Pemberton speak on camera and with Peter Pappas about this issue, it made my blood boil because I stood next to her for days on end, with her campaign manager for days on end, with Heather Holmes. I stood there with her, passing out literature, saying Simone's name, advocating for her as our candidates every single day.
That's right.
Okay, every single day. And so for them to say that we weren't there, we were there
on election day?
The majority of the election. We were there inside the precincts, and then there was something that happened on election day that stopped
election
us from
day. It was very sad. It was a blow, but it wasn't fatal.
It was not fatal because we were there for the majority of the vote of Cumberland County inside watching. And so I do understand that is a problem, but that's
a
nothing
minor problem
compared to what we did.
And a lot of people are like, why couldn't she get that email out? Well, she actually did. And I'll tell you.
Don't go into that whole.
Well, no, I'll just tell you real quick. She was getting notification, and she was setting up people that were wanting to be in there. And so she was working to schedule people and make sure that they had a place to go. There were people that were still wanting to volunteer all the way up until then. And she finally just said, okay, I got to send it out. She sent it out. It's all in the interview.
It was 3 minutes.
2 minutes late.
2 minutes. Yeah.
She hit the button. It was rotating. It didn't go. And had she not re-hit it to send, resent the list to the Board of Elections, it would have gone through and showed the timestamp. But she tried to redo it But here's the thing. I've been a precinct. I've been a poll observer, and let me tell you what you do. You sit and you watch, and you don't say a word. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. You're not allowed to talk to any of the workers. You're not allowed to talk to any of the voters. You just sit and watch. So when we knew that it wasn't going to go, we were going to get our people in on election day, only on election day, we activated we called everybody up and said, okay, go to that precinct, go to your precinct, take your literature and work on the outside. They were actually able to do a lot more work on the outside than they would have just sitting.
Because we were monitoring all the points of entry. We could see that no one was carrying in boxes of ballots. That wasn't happening. We were watching from the outside. We could see it all happening.
We don't have a problem with the.
So
with it
I'm very unbothered by the fact that we didn't have someone inside. We had someone at the majority of the locations, and Peter Pappas is a liar. Okay, I'm just gonna say his name. He's a liar. And Peter Pappas, I hope you see my face. You're a fat liar. You're a fat liar. Like you're fat. You're just fat. And also, you're a liar. Okay, I don't like you.
Okay, that's enough.
I don't
that's
like
enough.
that.
Don't do
I'm
that.
sorry.
Stop. No name calling.
Calm me
Stop.
down. Okay,
Stop.
she's my mom. I'll listen to her. But you are a liar
Okay.
because
you can say that though.
Because
that's
that is the truth.
and that's not just being ugly. That's the truth. That is
also
if you are lying, then you're a liar. But you know what? Though?
He lied. What he said was
You're not a liar because you lie. You lie because you're a liar.
So he said that there was nobody. He went to his precinct and there was nobody there. Is that true, Mom?
That is not true.
Did he actually speak to somebody at the polls that was a Republican that was inside? Well, did he do that?
As a matter of fact,
he did that.
there's a woman who is a precinct chair in his precinct, and he went to his precinct on
vote.
election
To vote.
day.
To vote, right?
Either to vote or to hand out literature.
No, he was inside the building, so he's voting.
And this woman that was set to be the precinct, the observer,
she was inside.
she was on the inside.
She was on the inside.
And you know what? They let her. They let her be on the inside.
Oh, they let her.
And you know what? I got to get off after this. I got to leave. I got to go. I have to go to get to a meeting. But we're gonna leave it at this one. But he knows good and well because he spoke to her and he said, "What are you doing in there?" And she was like, "Well, I'm observing." And they're like, "You know, you can't be in there. You're not supposed to."
He
be
tried
in
to tell
there."
her to leave.
He said, "You know, you're not supposed to be in there. Nina didn't turn the names in." She said, "Well, I'm in, and they let me in, and I'm staying in." And she was there. Now it's up to the precinct judge. If the precinct judge allows her to be there,
she can be there. And she was there. And he knew she was there, which is why he's a liar.
Nobody called
because he knew she was there. And he said nobody was there. You're not telling the truth, sir. We had someone there. You saw her face. You saw her.
But we're going to have to leave it at that. And then we're going to come back. And there's so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much more. There's just so much more. And you know what? The Bible says there's a time There's a time to not speak, and there's a time to speak. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. And you know what? We have been silent all this time, and that whole crew has been able to say all the stuff. And we let them just say everything, say it all, put it all out. What's your accusation? What's your criticism? What is it? Go, say it all. And we just let them just let them go. Let them just take the real, just go. And just let them say, if they haven't come up with anything new yet, there ain't nothing else to say.
Okay.
And everything can be refuted. Now it's time for us to speak.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
A time to keep silent and a time to speak. It's time to speak, and I'm going to tell you why. Hold on, because I really got to go.
That's what I'm going to say. You got to go.
So there's a time, this is very important because these people have put together another slate, and we'll get into that.
That's it, right there.
But we need every Republican voter, every registered Republican, as long as you were registered as a Republican by January 31st, we need you to show up at the convention at Freedom Christian Academy at March 8th.
By
8 a.m.
Before.
You have to be there before 9
9
o'clock because they close the doors.
And you can't get in.
And you can't get in.
Yeah.
After 9 o'clock. And then
it's $10.
It's $10. Bring cash. So that's March 8th, 8 a.m. to 12, and bring cash and at the Freedom Christian Academy. Be there and vote for the red team.
Okay, so here's it. Here's the last bit.
And
we are gonna make another video. This was really off the cuff, and I've never done this before, and she's never done this before. I have information to share, so I'm gonna get this figured out so I can share my screen, so I can show you all the receipts. I have a lot to go over, and the number one thing that we need to talk about is who this board is. Okay, so now we gave you a little bit of backstory. This is the wild, crazy backstory, but now I need to discuss with you guys who are the people that they've selected. Now, some of them are really, I like some of them, to be honest. Like, I know some of them personally, and I think they're great Republicans, but this is a board. So this is a group of people that are going to be controlling and running and setting the tone and the direction of the Republican Party. Yeah. And you need to know who is influencing this, okay, and why. And when JoJo Yost just said that this is DEI, is DEI, and Peter Pappas said it in his last video. He literally said that one of his goals is to have a diverse board, and that is not the goal. The goal is to have a great board that has the same values as the people they're representing, the Republican Party. I do not care what color you are. I do not care what you look like, who you love. I do not care, but I do care if you stand on conservative values, Republican values, that you're going to back the president, that you're going to.
There is a stated platform. DEI is not one of them.
DEI is not one of them. Diversity is not one of them.
No.
We do not care about diversity. We have a diverse board.
We're diverse. If you look at the word, I mean,
Sure, whatever.
we cover that.
Yeah, we do. I'm diverse. I've got diversity in my blood. Okay?
It has a different
I'm
meaning.
Puerto Rican.
So,
I'm
I gotta
Filipino.
go. I gotta leave.
It doesn't matter. We don't care what we look like. We don't care. It doesn't matter. So next time we're gonna go live. When are we gonna live, Mom?
I don't know. Maybe
tonight. You want to go back?
Could even come back tonight. I don't know, but it'll be on there. And what we're gonna do is we're also gonna upload the video of Laura Musler claiming
under this.
It'll be in the comments.
Yeah,
we'll
and it's my dad doesn't want us to post this, but we're gonna do it anyway. I think.
Yeah, we are.
We are gonna do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're unorganized, but that's okay.
Okay,
it's our first time. The next one will be better.
We'll try harder.
We'll try harder. Yeah. Okay.
Be forgiving. Be patient with us. And if you can give us any tips on how to do this,